Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do a really quick flip through or slash setup of my planner for this month. This is the month of July in 2017 and I am participating in like a challenge from the Cocoa Daisy website. First I hung a little charm on the edge of it. I made this and then I added a little P on it for Pinky, and then I got these little planner things at Michael's, like mini planners, and I just added some embellishments and I made the paper, and I have a more detailed video up if you're interested on how to do that on this little mini planner. And then you open it up and I added all these pretty little embellishments to the front. This is my wallet slash planner on the go. I keep like pretty things right here, so when I just added paper clips, and this paper clip was a part of an old planner cover that I didn't use, and I don't use that size anymore, so I cut the planner cover up and then I used it as paper clips, and I just put like a sequence from the Cocoa Daisy kit, which I didn't get a full kit this month because I barely found out about Cocoa Daisy, so my full kits will start in August. So this is kind of like a grab of everything that I had Mermaid to stay with the theme. So that's one. And then I made this little guy out of a die cut, and I just put him, laminated him and put him on paper clip. And the same thing with this one. It was from that same planner cover, and I just cut it out and put it in there. And I got these little, like, I think they're buttons from Hobby Lobby, but I just looped them through a paper clip and glued it down so it would stay. The same thing with that guy. And then this one was a little paper that I just stuck a sticker on top of and put that for a decoration. This was a little die cuts that I stuck to one of their weekly day on one page, and I cut part of it out and I put some washi tape on there. And this washi tape, I don't know if you can see it, but it's the scene from Peter Pan. So the Peter Pan, it says Peter Pan right there, but the mermaids from that scene where he goes to see the mermaids. And then I had one of these little paper, little pretty decorative saying papers, and I just put a die cut stuck to it. And then these one reminds me of footprints in the sand, so I just kept with the same theme. Here's another planner cover that I didn't use, so I cut it down and punched it to fit into my, this cover, by the way, is the, from Michael's, the Recollections binders from Michael's, and this is personal size. So on the back of this, I just added some Post-its, and then here's where I keep all my cards, and I just put, washi tape to make the hole punches a little more sturdy. And then in this zip, I cut this same thing down too from an Erin Condren planner that I had, and I don't use this in the Erin Condren. I like it to take it with me, so I keep all of my important documents in here. And I put another little like notes pad in there. This is a 2-year overview, and I use it for, because I work at a school and my son goes to school. I have a school-aged son, so I use it for our holidays when we're going to be off and our vacation times. This was also from the Mini Happy Planner inserts, and I just cut it down to fit and put it in here. Added some washi tape. This is the first, these are what I did get from the Cocoa Daisy July kit that I was only able to piece together some stuff. I got the inserts and these are personal size. And this is the monthly overview. And I'm just going to use this as like an overview / forward planning. So I got these really tiny stamps and I just put them in there, and if I can find tiny stickers I'll use them. If not, stamps is just as good to mark down appointments and things, happy mail that I'm expecting to come in for this month. On the back here it has another year overview with more room, so I'm going to be adding birthdays, and if there's a school event that I need to add in a little bit more details, I'll put that here. Here's going to be using the week on 2 pages as my budget and financial tracking and goals. So the first part is going to be my vision board or goals. Then when I open it up, this is going to be the budget detail, and I'll put on this side, I'll keep all of my balance at the end of the day. So for the end of the day on Monday, this will be my balance, Tuesday, Wednesday, and so forth. This is anything that I spent and anything that I saved or where my money went, basically like a checkbook. And then instead of using, because it had the weekend together, but instead of using this as the weekend together, since I have a family and I have to track most of my things that I do with my kids, and my busiest days are my weekend days because those are my days off, I just put washi tape over that and then added like a don't forget for this week. And then on the back part of that, I divided it in 2 days, so it's Saturday and Sunday. And then over here, these are my daily inserts, and on the front page of my daily inserts I'm going to keep any notes from any events that I need to attend or anything that I need to do that day, like location, directions, times, things to bring for any appointments that I may need up here. And then here's my to-do list for the day, my hydration. And then on the back side of that, I'm gonna put one thankful thought and do journaling, because I like to do a lot of journaling, but it was really hard for me to switch to the personal size because it's so much more smaller, and the inserts, they're really narrow, and I like to write a lot, and my handwriting is like big normally, so I went ahead and added a second page, and I'll get to that in a minute for my journaling. But here was the main part of that planner cover that I cut up, so I just cut her out and used it as a bookmarker. And then these things, the week on 1 page from Coco Daisy, I order the A5 size and the personal size, so I just cut down the A5 size from Monday through Friday, and I'm gonna go ahead and use it as a meal plan, so I can write what I want to eat, if I need something. And then I went ahead and glued the Saturday and Sunday to the back of that, and then I tipped in a little notepad paper so I can use it as a grocery list. And then on the other side of the notes, so this can be taken out, and I cut slits in it after I hole punched it. I cut slits in it so that way it can go with me to the next day and so forth, so I can keep this with me for each day of the week. But so on the other side of, since I was going to use 2 pages for my journaling, because this isn't enough for me, like I was telling you, personal size is a lot for me. It's not enough space for me. So I used one of the daily inserts from the A5 size, since I get both sizes, and I went ahead and cut it down to size. And then up at the top, I'm going to be putting my calories that I intake and output for like exercise, like in and out for the day, and then finish my journaling on the second page. And then on the back side of that, I'm going to be using it as like an extra, like a Bible study. On the back side of every single one of my pages, it's the same. It's going to be like Bible study and notes and what I'm studying that day and anything. But then on the last page of the week, I went ahead and tipped in the other side of the week on one page. I split them in the middle, and then I put one side over here and tipped it in, and then on the other side I put it here for my appointments. So as I'm journaling throughout my week, I can always have that visible. Like if I'm doing Thursday, I can be like, oh yeah, Friday I have to go somewhere, Saturday I need to get those together if I'm gonna be looking at something for that day, because what I like to do is use my daily sheets. I'm really big on daily sheets. I don't use a week at a glance much, so I thought I could just split them up and that would be more beneficial for me. So it's just an idea for you guys if that's how you plan to use it, as a tip in one side and one side, so that way when you're going about your day you can have it all laid out in front of you. And so when I'm going about my day, I can see right here, let's go to the day on one page so it's written in for you and you can see. So right here I can see how much money I have in the bank or with me. Like I'll put in the bank, cash, on credit cards, all my available funds right on this side. On this side, any events that I'm going to, like for one of my appointments, my son goes to a tutor and he gave us homework and we have to bring our booklets, our study booklets. So I need to remember to bring the booklets and bring the homework and make sure my son is studying the information that the tutor gave him. So I want to keep that up here, and where we're going to meet for the tutor, like the location, address, or whatever. And then down here I just put my regular to-do list, things that I might need to get done around the house, anything like that, hydration. But that way, while I'm making this out, I know that these events are coming up when it's, say, closer to the end of the week, and these events are coming up. I have that visible right here. Oh yeah, I need to get those printed out, or I need to get that done, or I need to get make sure things are done or whatever in advance for these things that are coming up. I'll be able to see that, what's coming up. So that's basically my setup, and it's the same for every week. Here's another week that starts all over again. And just in the back, I put some more notepad. And that's basically it. I got, this came in the same little packet as this did, that I just made them into paper clips. So that way I can, if I need to write something down, like in my next week, I already have the week set up and I can write down any appointments that are gonna come up. So that way too, again, the same way, if I'm writing something down, planning out my to-dos for the next, I'd be like, oh yeah, in a couple weeks this needs to be done. We're taking a trip somewhere, so I need to make sure that I have everything ready for that. So that's my basic setup for July, and I hope you liked it. I hope it was able to help you. I was able to help you or give you some ideas of something that works for me and possibly you can try. If you do try, let me know. And I'd love to see what you guys are doing with your Cocoa Daisy inserts. All right, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening, day, week, all of that stuff. Bye guys.